this is baby.
Oh my god.
Right, are you ready?
With the heartbeat of the baby. There's someone inside of you now.
Oh, congratulations guys, that is so exciting. This is a viable pregnancy. It's 158 beats per minute, which is fantastic. Just going to measure baby to see exactly how far you are. So this is head over here. Measuring to the bum, 8 weeks.
I'm looking at that video and all I can say is wow, you know. It just feels like it was yesterday. It's as if I'm living that moment again, you know. Yeah, we thank God, Thank you so much for tuning in, and you're all welcome to my channel. Without further ado, I'd just like to appreciate each and every one of you that have subscribed, all the new subscribers, all this returning subbies. You guys are amazing, you guys are great. Thank you for the comments and the likes and the share. Just thank you so much for engaging in my video and just making me feel all the love. I'm sure you can already see with the title what today's video will be all about. So I decided that, you know, this is May, it's the month where we are celebrating mothers, and you know, whether you've birthed your own kids, whether you've adopted, or whether you're mothering somebody in any manner. Yeah, so I've decided that I'm just gonna do a 3-part video or 4-part video where I share with you guys my experiences throughout my pregnancy or through the journey that ushered me to being a mom. So as you can see, today's video, we're speaking about first trimester, the things that I went through physically, emotionally, and socially as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep the video as short as I can, and because there's really not much to share, but you know, just a little bit of there, and especially things that I can remember, yeah, so far. But yeah, that's it. With my first trimester, all I can say is it was hectic. You know, it was hectic. I've already shared, I think, a little bit on my previous video about how we found out that we're expecting a baby. And yeah, if you haven't watched the video, just go back after watching this one and just check it out. But I'm not really gonna repeat what I said on that video, because for the sake of not making it too long, I really want it to be as short and straight to the point as possible. But before that, guys, I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and the time when I did a video about where I've been, which is the video where I mentioned how we found out we were pregnant. Guys, I thought I have everything figured out. You know, I'm just thinking, okay, my baby has grown, I have got my routine going, and everything was, you know, good. I had everything in order. I had my house in order. Guys, did I not fool myself? Was I not fooling myself? Because wow, it's been so hard to record with baby, especially because during the day it's just the two of us, and she's somebody who loves attention and she just wants me to be there. Okay, I would take that, I'll put that on myself, because you know, ever since she was small, I would literally just sit down with her, play with her, and just be there. So even right now, she's becoming smarter and wiser, and now she just wants me to sit down and we talk and we play and we read and sing and do all these things. So it's been so hard, especially because I'm a wife, and I also have to make sure that my house is in order. I have to make sure that I am in order, you know, my own personal things. So it's been quite a hard one, and I really apologize for, you know, not keeping the videos coming as I had promised. But listen, it's not as easy as I thought it would be. All the YouTubers, all them that are mommies and wives, or you know, full-time in corporate, you just let me know how you do it. Just, you know, comment down below, share your views on what you think, because wow, it's hectic. But anyway, without wasting more time, let's get to it. My first trimester was not good, and I actually don't know why I never knew that first trimester can be that hard. I actually feel like I'm ignorant or something while I was ignorant. But guys, I thought, you know, when you find out you're pregnant and then you're just gonna vomit once there and feel nausea a little bit just once and that's it, like we see in the movies. But yo, it wasn't like that. And only when I found out that I was actually pregnant, I started, you know, doing my research, checking out all the symptoms I was having, and then I'm realizing, wow, people are going through the most. You know, people are going through the most. Just to mention, I had the most amazing pregnancy, but the first trimester was like, yo, the pits for me. So what happened is, I think I did mention that I was having acid reflux and food aversion was the worst. I could literally stomach nothing. I could not stomach anything at all, except, not even stomach, I couldn't take anything in, like just to start with, because I mean, I was not vomiting. I would just be nausea, that's all. But you guys, yo, I could only eat brown bread and avo and what else? Pap. Okay, I could still have my pap, which is good. I had pap and potatoes and like you know your mashed potatoes with nothing except water and salt. So I'd cook it with water and salt, and that's all I could have. Literally from when I was like probably 7 weeks pregnant until 15 weeks, that's all I could eat. I actually lost quite a lot of weight during that time, because you can imagine how long the day is, especially from January, Feb, March. Like the day is long, and the only thing you can eat is brown bread, dry, and avo, guys. Like, just imagine, you know. So it was the pits. When it comes to food, it was something else for me. So that's all I was going through. And the funny thing is, I also loved McDonald's fries. Oh, guys, you know, before I go to work, I would literally pass by the McDonald's in town, in Cape Town. So I would go to town first thing first. I would wake up early with the intention of, you know what, I have to pass by McDonald's, and I'll have my large fries before work. And then after work, I would just, you know, where we used to stay in Parklands, there was like a McDonald's close by. So I would get off there, you know, and just go into McDonald's. I'll always tell my husband, no, don't come pick me up, it's fine, because that time there were days he was working from home and stuff. So I'd be like, no, don't pick me up, I'll come home by myself, because I knew I had to pass by McD. Yo, and I'll get there and have my large fries and then just be on my phone and just enjoy them. Guys, there's something about when you're pregnant that when you crave for something, it's like you can just cry. If you don't have it, you just want to cry. Like, yo, it becomes like a need. And that time, I really, you have to, like, you must have it, or else, listen, the day's not gonna go well. But yeah, that was that for me. I couldn't eat meat. I couldn't eat anything greasy food. Okay, I don't know why I was having fries, but your meat and everything oven grilled, everything fried, I couldn't have. And your rice was bad. I couldn't have rice. I couldn't have anything at all. And then what else? There was this moroha that my sister-in-law cooked in December. Listen, she always makes it for my mom-in-law, right? She loves it. She always has it. And normally when I'm myself, I don't love it. I don't like it at all. But I found myself one day, I entered the kitchen. That moroho was smelling so nice. It was smelling nice. I remember just going in and just, you know, having it from the pot with a spoon. I just took like a big chunk from the spoon and I had it, and it was nice. And it was just so weird. I didn't even tell my husband or anyone, or guys, I'm actually enjoying this thing. And I said I don't like it. But anyway, that was just one of those things. So yeah, when it comes to food, that was that. And I was always craving for mayo, and in Cape Town there was no mayo. I remember in 2018 there was a time I saw it in 2019, yeah, I saw it in what's this place, in Goodwood. So my husband literally had to drive to Goodwood, to that Pick and Pay, to see if he can find it. Like, it was that deep. And unfortunately, he didn't find it. What else? Oh, mopani worms, masonja. My mom-in-law had to courier them from Limpopo. Like, they had to courier them. I needed them at the time. But the crazy part is, when they arrived, I didn't want them anymore. Like, I was just like, no, I didn't want them anymore at all. I remember I gave them to this other lady. There was a day she came to help us with cleaning and stuff in the house, and I gave it to that lady. I was like, I don't want this thing anymore. But that was that. When it comes to food, my daily routine didn't really change. Everything was fine, other than all those food aversion and the acid reflux I was having and stuff. So yeah, that was that. When it comes to food, sorry, I'm just gonna look aside because I written a few notes for myself so that I don't, go off the radar. Routine didn't change. Everything was normal. My spiritual life, I think that got impacted hugely, because you just found out that you're having a baby. Okay, there's a baby that's on the way. There's life growing inside you. There's literally someone inside you growing. So every time I would think about that, I literally just kneel down and thank God with gratitude. And during that moment of prayer and gratitude, I literally tapped into a certain realm in the spiritual that I had never tapped into before. I had never experienced God like that, because, my meditation at the time would be, wow, God is at work, which is something we know, that God is working in our lives. He's busy, he's working, we can see him, we can see the things he does, that wow, God is indeed at work. But now it moved from the knowledge, now it was literally happening, and not just happening anywhere else but inside of me. Like, I'll just close my eyes and just imagine that literally, like, God is at work. If we were to look at it in the physical, I would just see his hands inside, forming baby, making sure that everything is going well, making sure that she's fed well, making sure that my body is developing in a way that is able to accommodate the baby. So, just when I mentioned about the body, the first thing that happened to me, like as a sign of pregnancy, was my boobs. They were so swollen, they were tender, they went like, I probably went 2 cups up, or 3, if not 3. That's how hectic it was. But anyway, back to the spiritual. It really made me tapped into a realm that I had never tapped into before, and it made me experience God in a different dimension. It made me experience the Holy Spirit in a different dimension that I had never before. So yeah, it was amazing. It was beautiful. And yeah, I'm so grateful for that experience, and I'm so grateful that that sphere that actually opened, it's still there even now, and I'm able to even experience it even more. And I'm like, I needed that encounter for me to get to where I am. There's certain things that God uses in our lives to catapult us to a different level or a different dimension. And for me, being pregnant, especially that first trimester, where it was literally the only thing I was thinking about, and from that time until going forth, God used that season in my life to actually make me enter into a different dimension that I had never entered before, or experience him in a manner that I had never experienced him before. My worship changed, my prayer changed. I would, when you're just feeling fulfilled, so fulfilled that you wouldn't, I didn't care about anything else. I was literally fulfilled in that. So God used that to help me to literally go back and just find my fulfillment in him. He just became my all in all at that time, continuing until even today. So yeah, spiritually, that's that. And then what happened? Fatigue. I had the worst fatigue ever. Lena. Guys, I used to sleep. That sleep where you drool, that's what would happen to me. And every time, if someone wakes me up, let's say maybe I'm taking that nap during the day, if someone wakes me up, I would even be like shivering. That's how deep in sleep I would get. during the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, like I would sleep. First trimester, I was sleeping like nobody's business. I would wake up feeling tired and I had to sleep again. So yeah, as I mentioned before, if you are a mom, please just comment down below and tell me what your experiences were, how it was for you in the aspects that I had mentioned, like, you know, physically, and also when it comes to food, and also spiritually. So yeah, and then socially, it didn't really affect. I didn't, like, someone once asked me a question and said, did you hate certain people and love certain people? No, I didn't find myself hating anybody. Thank God it didn't happen at all. I actually wanted to be close. Like, I really wanted people. I remember, you know, there was a certain lady that I would literally contact all the time. I wanted to speak to her, and you can tell that from her end. It's like, yo, Lerato, you're just too much. But I feel like the pregnancy made me want, at that time, I like, it was just beyond the normal. I love this person, I always want to talk to them, but now I always wanted to speak to her, you know. Even, and there were times where, you know, you get blue-ticked and all that. Anyway, we move, but I would still continue pursuing that person, you know. I would continue pursuing them like nobody's business. That's another thing that I feel like if it's to happen now, I wouldn't. But at that time, I just wanted that person, you know. I wanted to speak to them, I wanted to share the experiences I'm having with them. But anyway, this is life. People go through different seasons, and you don't know what was happening on their end, which I don't want to judge and say, oh, this person was like this towards me during this time. Why? No, I just let it go. People go through certain things. People, I mean, I know a lot of friends that actually lost a lot of people in their lives during that time when they actually found out they were pregnant, or when they were experiencing or entering into motherhood. So it happens, it's life, we move. Yeah, but that's, you know, I'm sharing my experiences in my first trimester, and socially, that's one of the things that actually happened, unfortunately. But in the midst of that, there were amazing people that came through, and they would talk to me, and they would, you know, make me feel good. And I was blessed enough to actually even have people that already walked that journey before, and they were able to just have those long conversations, and we talk and we laugh about all these things that are happening. But yeah, overall it was beautiful. Yeah, another thing is that emotionally, I was not really a mess, but I was very emotional. I'd watch a movie and just see a baby that looks a bit sad, and I would just burst into tears. I'd watch something, and then as long as maybe it's a little bit emotional or whatever, I would just burst into tears. I was very emotional. And also, you know, you always think about the baby, even though you know that God is in control. And every time, especially because I was not eating enough, and I would always wonder, is she getting enough nutrients? Is she eating? You know, is she fine? Is she growing well? Is everything okay? You know, at some point I wished that I could literally go for scans every single probably day. But yeah, that's how deep it is. You know, you always anxious and wondering, how is the baby, what is happening, is the baby growing well? And you go on social media, you see cases of people, mothers that have lost babies, and you know, or pregnancies that didn't get to full term, and you know, there's just so many things. But yeah, that was me at that time. I was just literally always praying. I would always just, you know, find my corner and be like, oh Lord, you know, I pray that this baby is well and everything is doing good. And I think another thing that helped me in that regards was to speak to the baby every single day. I would literally speak to baby every day, and even though they wouldn't respond or do anything, but when I do that, there was a certain fulfillment I would get, and I'll just be like, wow, no, the baby's fine. You know, I'll be content, I'll be fine and happy. Like, no, she's okay, she's doing well. So, and just trusting God, Comes to the transition, how, that's another thing that I wanted to speak about. Transitioning from just being a wife to now being a wife and expecting a baby. Yeah, that was something else, especially I specifically look at the first trimester. First of all, I cannot eat pork, I cannot eat beef, I cannot eat all these things. And here's my husband, he's at work. Obviously when he comes back from work, I have to make sure that, you know, he's got meals prepared. I'm saying have to because that's how I do it. That's how I do it. I make sure that, you know, my husband has food ready when he comes home, warm hearty meals every single day. So yes, in my case it's a have because I chose that, you know, I chose it to be that way. So now, you know, I have to now stand on the stove or sit in the house and I'm cooking and I'm making probably maybe pork or whatever, and it's smelling so bad and it was hectic. It was so bad. It was bad. I remember there were days towards the end of my first trimester, even pap would make me nauseous, and I think that's the only time I even threw up, you know. It was just, you know, that's the time where I threw up, I think twice because of pap. That was like towards the end. After that things were calming down and stuff. But you know, at that time my husband was like, no love, you know what, I think from now on don't cook, we'll just have takeouts. And because it was that hectic, and that day it happened when he was there. So obviously all the other days it will just be that thing, oh love, you know, this thing smells bad, this thing smells bad. But you know, when I'm cooking, he's not around, so he does not see, you know, he just knows, it's just knowledge. But when he got to see that particular day, he was like, oh, no, you know what, let's survive on takeouts. I don't think, you know, I don't want to see this. If this is what you go through during the day, I don't want that. I don't want you to go through that, you know. So would literally survive on takeouts. I would have my fries and he would have his burgers and stuff, or I would even have those things, but like I was just too picky. There were certain things I couldn't have, there were certain things I couldn't eat. And yeah guys, that's all. The transition, it was in that regard, and as well as our conversations changed. You know, we're no longer talking about just us, our goals and things we want to achieve, our careers. We're not talking about that alone, but also it's baby. Everything is baby. Every single thing, you know. So it also changed. It's not a bad, it wasn't like not a bad effect, you know, or impact, but it was a good thing. You know, every time when we speak, it's all about the baby. Oh, I wonder how the baby is. And you know, I was using the what to expect app, and every single day when my husband comes back, I'll read for him. Today baby is doing what? Today baby is this size. This is what's happening and all that. You know, it was crazy. So even in the midst of all the pits, all the things I was going through physically, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful journey, and I'm so grateful that to have had the support that I had. My husband always being there for me, and you know, making sure that I'm well taken care of, and giving me all the love and all the support, all the attention that I needed. And another crazy thing is that, guys, I don't understand. If I'm eating if we are having, like, we're eating, I have to have a piece of his food, but not when he's eating, when he's done. Hey, pregnancy will be the end of us, guys. So when he's done eating, he has to leave a little piece for me, even if it's just one bite, especially towards the end of first trimester, where I would, you know, eat certain stuff. But you know, he had to make sure that he leaves some, even if it's just one bite, I'm fine. If he doesn't, I don't get full. Like, the food just doesn't, I don't get satisfied at all. Like, how crazy is that? Another funny story would be when we left home from them after the December holidays in Jan. We had mangoes and lychees and all these things, and when we got to Cape Town, I think that's one thing that frustrated my husband more than anything else. Anything else, he was fine. He was not stressed. He knew that, okay, that's fine, this is what happens, everything is normal, the baby is doing well. So the only thing that was frustrating him was the fact that now those lychees and mangoes and everything, he cannot have them anymore because I threw them away. Literally, I threw them away. The lychees were even bad. The fridge, I don't know how many times I washed the fridge Yo, the leeches were just smelling. The smell wouldn't just go away. People, our neighbors, when they cook, yo, the smell, especially fish and all these other things, oh my god, I would be nauseated. I would be, yo, it was bad when people cook. Oh my god. So that's that. And another thing, I remember there was a time I made vetkoeks. So I baked vetkoeks, and my young brother was there in the beginning of Jan with us in Cape Town. And then in the morning when I woke up, I opened with the bucket where I put them, and I'm like, no, they were smelling so bad. I threw them away. Oh, did he not eat me alive? Did he not? He was like, yo, why did you throw them away? I had planned to eat them. Like, he had all the plans. He was imagining the acha and all these things that we have them with, and he was like, oh my god, why did you throw them away? Please. They literally sat me down with my husband, and they were like, look, you are in a situation, please, before you throw anything away or do anything, make sure you tell us first, ask us first, because you are literally just throwing away everything, and I mean, what are we gonna be left with? But yeah, that's my story, you guys. That's my story. And yeah, in as much as it was hard physically, it was just a fulfilling journey. All the other aspects were beautiful. I mean, I'm becoming a mom. That was like, wow, something that I never thought would happen at that time, you know. So yeah, if you've got a crazy story, just also please comment down below and share what were some of your weirdest cravings or stories that you had. But when it comes to cravings, I didn't have cravings. It was just the mopane worms which arrived, and I just didn't want it anymore. The mayo that I wanted throughout my pregnancy. And then what else? Mayo. It's a mayo, guys. Mayo. Yeah. And then what else? That's all, man. That's all. That's how my first trimester was. It was hectic, but it also had its beautiful moments, and yeah, that's everything. So yeah, that's how my journey was. That's how my journey was as, you know, an expecting mom and all that. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you are coming across this video, and also don't forget to like and comment, and, you know, turn on that notification bell so that every time there's a video I'm uploading, you get notified. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining my journey. Thank you for being part of my journey, and I'll see you guys in my next video.